Good evening, one. Good evening, or welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. Sit down, relax, grab yourself something to drink. Welcome back to the madness of Call of Cthulhu. Alright, so far, oh hi there. We've pissed off crime boss. It clearly runs illegal alcohol in and out of the island. We discovered a cult underneath the victim's manor, where the father is still alive and a leader of the cult. We got our friend police officer Bradley killed, and now we're in a mental asylum. So let's see what happens next. Pierce and Officer Bradley followed the intruder to the secret meeting place of a cult set in a network of underground caves right under the Hawken Manor. They witnessed a strange ceremony led by Charles Hawkins. Oh, yeah, we read this already.
He's having a seizure.
He will survive. Strong subject. There, he's opening his eyes.
You saved him, Fuller. I can't get up.
Don't move, Pierce. You can certainly say that you gave us a scare.
What did you do to me? Undo these straps!
Whoa, go easy, my friend.
You were dead. He killed you.
Are you sure he's better?
He was dead. Me too, we were dead. What are you doing?
I'm sorry, my friend.
What? No! What happened to me?
Right where we left off.
Where am I?
Mr. Sanders, you have to come with us.
No, please. I can't leave here.
You got no choice, Sanders, and neither do we.
You don't understand. If I go out, he'll see me. No, no!
You're leaving this cell.
Please. I don't want him to find me.
Oh, I can sleep. Okay. Doesn't look like I can do anything for now. Alright, let's cooperate. And see what happens. Now we're in a whole nother room. I should read the Call of Cthulhu book. Maybe I should have done that before I played this.
They tracked and hunted me, pursued me right into their dreams. They scribbled all over their maps in the wake of my lonely wanderings.
Oh, wait, is that me?
No sea is dark enough to hide the color of my blood. No wind strong enough to scatter my dreams.
So you're what's called the Leviathan. Are you the thing on the cave drawings?
When the last of them rises up, you will choose. I will not be here to bear witness to it, because you will have released me. But the earth will resound to your cries, or theirs. Awaken and free me.
In the lore, Cthulhu is imprisoned, so Leviathan might be Cthulhu.
You there. Wake up. Come on, stand up. We don't have much time. Can you stand up?
Who are you?
A friend of Ethan Bradley. It was he who told me that you had been interned here.
Wait. Bradley is really alive? I don't understand. You filled me so full of drugs I can't distinguish dream from reality.
Please believe that I have nothing to do with these disgraceful treatments. Look, I don't have time to explain everything. I'm not really supposed to be here. And the same goes for you, according to Ethan. You must leave as soon as possible, and as unobtrusively as possible. I've brought you your clothes. Let me go ahead. We'll meet upstairs.
Wait a minute. What's going on here? What do they do to the patients to make them so terrified?
I would really like to know. I only see them when they are brought up for medical treatment, for problems they didn't have before going downstairs. But this is neither the time nor the place to talk about that. We must not stay here. There are 2 men standing guard near the stairs. It's the only way to the floor above. I shall try to distract them, and get at least one to come with me. All you need to do is to follow me as soon as the way is free.
Understood.
I see Bradley being disemboweled by this man again. Was he really Charles? Oh, okay. Is by running away. The Rock 4 being made a prisoner under the rocks. Did someone tend to me? Bradley is alive. What is this place? Some sort of asylum. They took a man. Bradley is alive. A woman has come to free me. She works as a doctor. She says that she was sent by Bradley. That she will create a diversion to distract the guards so that I can get to the floor above unnoticed. Can I trust her? Don't know, dude. I sure as hell wouldn't. Level 3 in the occult, which is nice. I'm hoping to get another medical journal in here. Oh no, not that. Whoops. This one. Oops. Validate. Oh, I missed one. Fuck. Mental trauma. The ritual. In the tunnels under the Hawkins mansion, Pierce witnessed the disemboweling of Officer Bradley by a man with a monstrous appearance. The men in gowns and their rituals had not succeeded in affecting the veteran. However, the brutal death of Bradley, they discovered the identity of his killer, whom he recognized as the dead Charles Hawkins, as well as the latter's superhuman strength, managed to strike fear into him. Pierce still does not know if he should believe what he saw. He may even put these visions of horror to the shock caused by the death of Bradley, or he may put it down to a lack of oxygen provoked by the rockfall. So, Charles, you've definitely become something else. And you're the one helping me. So much. Coulter's symbol. It is drawn of sheets on paper hidden in a safe, itself hidden in a tunnel under the mansion. The symbol was repeated on the paper. Its form becomes more distinct with each attempt. I do not know what Charles Hawkins tried to represent with this symbol, but one thing is sure, it was important to his eyes. Extract from the notebook of Edward Pierce, private detective. A tribe of men worshippers of the sea and its benefits landed on the shores of an island surrounded by dark waters. They were discovered by the creature some call the devourer of whales. For years the creature hunted them down into their dreams, until their weakened minds surrendered. Following the creature's orders, they sunk into the dark waters surrounding the island and never came back. They are laid out on a frozen stone. One would say that they are dead, but their bodies are do not decompose. Are they in some form of coma? One thing is sure, these men were subjected to a type of treatment that changed their physical characteristics. I'm not sure that we can still call them men. I got my lantern, which is nice.
What does this mean?
This could be important.
Why the strange symbol repeated over and over?
Their paintings are cursed.
What did he write about the painting? What did they inject him with? Am I in an asylum?
Bingo.
Sarah Hawkins is on this list of authorized visitors. Sarah.
Anything else I should check out? He sees me, he sees everything. Maybe I could find some more clues here. Because this is like a proper, well, I think it's a proper detective game.
If I don't get out of here, I'll end up like him. Poor wretch.
Dr. Colden, I would like to say that I'm surprised to see you, but we all know that your curiosity will be your ruin.
I don't understand. These people need care. You keep them in this terrible place as if...
Go back upstairs where your patients are waiting for you to treat them. As for you, gentlemen, do not disappoint me anymore. No one enters or leaves.
Yes, Doctor.
Still on detection when you
Damn it.
exit presence. A white marker.
I'll have to find a way of
appears.
getting rid of those two myself.
I told you not to let her come down.
I know.
Do it again, and I'll report you.
All right. I know.
Interesting. What was that? Okay. I might have an idea. Could be dangerous. If I can let one of the patients out, it should be enough to distract them. He's sitting in the door. He's trying to get out. If I can get the key, I should be able to get it. The fuck was that? Oh, I must have stepped on that. Alright. Okay, they can't see me there. Alright. Nothing here. Nothing of use anyways. Alright. Okay, so we're gonna hide in that closet there, but it seems we get severely paranoid if we're in there for too long, so...
The machine is working again, but the control wheels haven't been put back on.
I was just going to the storage room. I can bring them to you.
No, Dr. Fuller doesn't want us touching the pressure valves.
As you want. I'm gonna see if there's sleeping pills left. They've run out again upstairs.
Put a few aside for me, will you? And above all, leave the wheels where they are.
So, fuck with the cogwheels, that'll create a good enough distraction, I guess. Okay, there, don't go out that way. Okay, I think there's someone there. That office space. Why is there a trail of blood leading this way? Great. There you go.
Good God. What could this machine be used for?
According to this record, the patient seems to be suffering from psychosis. He gouged out, oh my god, his own eyes in an attack of delirium.
The corpse is complete. Whose are these limbs? Is there a connection between this corpse and the machine?
I really gotta up my medical knowledge, don't I?
This machine seems to consume a great deal of electricity. What will happen if I increase the current to the limit?
Don't want to touch that just yet. There's another switch here. Can see what the chair does. Okay.
Worse and worse.
What is that?
The liquid connects it to the electric current. What are its properties? Vats of rotten flesh? An elaborate electrical system? Like a dumb pulp novel. Do the cops know what's going on?
Bloodstained badge belongs to Darkwater police officer. But what is he doing in the cellars of the Riverside Institute? Okay, well, I found everything apparently. Interesting. How do I run again? Left trigger, alright.
Have I activated anything? It's an ammeter. I didn't expect to see one on this little rock.
Okay. So one of the switches is powered up.
I can still increase the load.
Okay, see, I need to activate 4 switches. Alright, so that's 1. I need 3 more. Let's go this way first.
If I walk, I do not stop. If I do not stop, he does not catch me. If he does not catch me, I do not sleep. If I do not sleep, I do not see him. I do not hear him. He does not call me. He does not call me.
Shit.
Stop, I catch him. If I catch him, I sleep. If I sleep, am I dead?
It looks like he's got a patrol route. Let me check here first.
Yeah, you there. Come here. I don't know what you're doing there, but you don't seem to be friends with the nurses.
What do you want?
Sleep. That's all.
Sleep? You don't want to leave?
No. Have you seen the storm that's brewing? I'm fine here. Except for one problem.
You want sleeping pills, right?
Yeah. And in exchange, I can make noise. Lots of noise.
You'll draw the guards to your cell to allow me to escape.
So, you in? Find something to make me sleep, and I'll take care of the guards for you.
Deal. Your sleeping problems.
Is it the noise that disturbs you?
No, it's the nightmares. We all have them here. That's what wakes us up. And afterwards, there's no way to get back to sleep.
I won't promise
If I
anything.
find something, who knows what I'll do?
Don't play the wise guy because you're on the outside and I'm not.
I'll find your sleeping pills, buddy. In the meantime... Oh, what is with my vision? Okay, but we found where another guard is. Let's see what's over here. That's where the guard was, wasn't it? Yeah, you can see him moving. Alright.
The green gas leaves from here, and it runs through the whole building.
I've repaired your machine as best I can. However, the piping has been damaged and I fear that gas is escaping. I cannot do any more in such a short time. All I can do is warn you. The equipment is put under too much pressure, then is a risk of explosion. Thanks for that, buddy. Alright. So I can cause a distraction here, but I want to keep looking for now.
The control wheel is missing. It's impossible to break this chain with my bare hands. A duct.
Alright.
This valve controls the pressure.
Okay, don't touch that yet. So I need more of these to up the pressure of the valve. Alright, so it looks like the electricity, the valve, and the sleeping pills are all different ways you can use to distract the guards. I like the different approaches that I can take here. Nice.
Perfect.
Looks like I've got some claustrophobia or something. Yeah, I think I'm claustrophobic. Definitely claustrophobic. Alright. Nice. Alright. That'll come in handy, I think. Last week's incident caused significant damage to the infrastructure, putting a stop to current experiments. This is unacceptable. From now on, the wheels to operate the gas stopcocks must be kept in the storage room after each use. Moreover, you must keep the register of use up to date. Okay, thanks. So the valves are in here, you say, huh? Oh, it's another one of the currents. Let me turn that on.
It's done.
Two
Now for
down.
the others.
Two to go.
It's locked.
Shit.
It's locked.
He'll find me. He can see me.
Let's calm down, please.
No!
Pain is just information, dear Francis. Invaluable information for my research.
Kill me! Kill me!
What?
If you don't kill me, he will.
My poor friend, I fear your mind is lost forever.
Shit. Oh, hi. Thank fuck you didn't see me. Wish there was a way you can pick up. Is there a way to pick up? Hang on, let me check. Control. Lean right. There is no way to actually look up. There is. Left trigger. Okay.
Exactly what I need.
Okay. Looks like I can get a way to get a door open, but... Oh, shit. He stopped moving, I think. How many are there? I think there is just one guard, but I want to make sure. He doesn't patrol down here, which is nice. So he goes to the right. And he goes back into the office. Okay.
Locked.
Fuck. I was hoping that was open. Okay, I know there's a guard in there, so I got to be careful.
What is welling up inside?
Ooh, okay. He almost saw me. Where is he? Okay, there's two. think that one's just permanently looking out the window. There's one that patrols. Okay. Okay, the second guard just pulled in. He's just in the room now. What I might do is work around him. So instead of going that way and risking the unknown, I can go down the hall, because I know he has a patrol route there. Could also go back this way and see what's over here. Might do that first. Hang on, let's wait for the guard with the lantern to show up. See if we can make something work. I know he's around. There he is. He'll go that way, right? Yeah. Go. Is there anyone here?
Get me out! Don't let me sleep in here.
One, two, three, four, five.
Okay, I can hide. There's objects in this room that I can hide behind, which is nice. So open cells I can use to hide, but I don't know if there's any more guards in this area. Turn up the volume a bit on my headset. See if I can hear their footsteps. Is that a hallway? I think it is. That's a lantern. Okay, so the guard just patrols that over there. Alright. Oh, there's another guard there, though. Oh, was he the one looking out the window? I think he was. Yeah, I think he is. He was, so if I'm right, there should be another guard to his left that goes in and out of the room. So what about this guy? Wait for him to come back before I move, and then I'll use his patrol route. Okay, here he comes, okay. Now when he turns to his right, like so, let's move. I want to check that office there. Check in here first. I don't want to move too fast. Patience is key here. I'm glad this game is more stealth than action like Sinking City was. Here he comes. Doesn't look like there's anything useful in this area. What I might do is I'll follow him so I have the best timing possible to check that area that he patrols. Oh, it's another voltage switch. Okay. He's still there. It's the back of the room. Alright. Wait for the guard to come back. Okay, the third switch is in there that I can grab real quick. I just need the fourth one. I really wish you could hear their footsteps. Okay, let me activate this switch real quick.
Theoretically, I've only got one lever to push.
Looks like it's clear. Alright.
Dementia? Self-inflicted wounds?
A document attesting to the fact that Irene Sanders, wife of Francis Sanders, had her husband interned after he had shown grave signs of madness.
Anatomy, anthropology, nothing surprising. Anatomy, anthropology, nothing surprising. Sarah Hawkins. She was a patient here.
Sarah Hawkins was interned at Riverside for fits of insanity a while before her death. She wasn't at her first attempt with the fire at the mansion. Interesting. That's good evidence right there.
Zoology, esotericism, mineralogy, and a full shelf on cephalopods.
No sleeping pills. Guess this is like, you know, the library. There wouldn't be any in here. Ooh, he just rocked up too. The timing. There's nothing to check out over there, is there? There isn't. Keep following this guy. Yeah, there's nothing else. Alright. See if I can sneak past him. Oh, yep, there's the other guard. I knew he would show up eventually. But then now I'm in a bit of a predicament. If he doesn't move away fast enough, I risk exposing myself to him. Ooh. Might be in trouble here. Alright. Can you play this carefully now? Wait for this guy to come back around and we'll follow him. There he is. Figured he'd be out any second. Yeah, so this hallway is safe from him, so I can go in through here. And I can try to time my escape. Okay, here he comes. Let's go.
What carnage?
Jesus, that fucking made me jump. There's the fourth switch. Okay, I have the diversion I need.
All the levers are activated.
Jesus. Can you time this properly? Let me just see if I can peek. Here we go. There's one guard. Okay, he just went backwards. Let's go now. Go, 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 go. Before he turns around. Shit, 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 shit. Don't look this way. Oh.
Where do they keep their sleeping pills? Scopolamine, morphine, opium. Nothing but common drugs. My new friend's sleeping pills.
Fuck, he's in. Did he leave? Not yet. Okay. Alright. Let him walk past. Shit. There's a guard there. Hopefully he doesn't look this way.
With these chains on your wrist, you can't escape.
Let's move quickly. There's something to see here. I reckon I'll be safe if I'm back over here. Oh shit, there's an opening there. Fuck, good thing I saw that. He's coming back, hang on. anything.
I could use this control wheel to turn the valve I saw.
Okay, we got it. Okay, let's start heading back. We'll give the guy the sleeping pills. Oh, we're good, we're good. Whew, that was nerve-wracking, not gonna lie. Oh, I know, I still need the key, don't I? Fuck! I need to get into the administration office. How do I get in there? Right, I need to go back. I need the key to get out. Just in time. God. Well, I think he just rocked up. He did. Nice. Okay, go. Alright. We're in the kitchen. Hopefully the kitchen can get us into the administration office. We need that fucking key. Oh, okay. He does come through here. Alright, careful. Almost got spotted. Does he come back this way too? I think he does. Yeah, he patrols the whole kitchen, it seems. Okay, he walks out. Okay, this... And yeah, he takes a U-turn. Comes back through the door. Alright. I'm gonna try to stay behind him. When he comes through the door again, we're gonna follow him. Hopefully we can find a way to enter the administration office and get the door key. Okay, let's go. Bingo. Got the key to the maintenance room, and to the guards room. Okay, where's the guard? There he is. Right, let's go. Thing worth checking out here? No, just a hiding spot. Yeah, don't go out that way. Okay, when he comes back, we'll go out. See if we can find the guards and maintenance room. Maybe we can find something useful in there. Maybe get some oil or something, especially in the maintenance room. Okay, let's go. Bingo. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, it's already turned on. So all the switches are turned on now. Okay, so this is the maintenance room. Where's the guards room? Kind of want to know where the guards room is. Bet you it's that. Oh no, that's where I came out from, isn't it? Let me make sure this guy's not out here. Should be coming from that door any second now. Come on. Just don't want to take any chances here. There's, I can see him through the window. He should be out in 3, 2, 1, now. Oh, fuck. It's pretty close. Yeah, turn around, dickhead. Go back that way. Thank you. Block A. The guards room. Where's the guards room? Wouldn't be surprised if it was around here somewhere and I missed it. The archives. What's back here? Hear the guy banging on the door. Looks like the guards room is a bit further out. But I want to check it out in case there's something interesting happening in there. I can find more evidence or something. Something to help my cause. My investigation, sorry. Well, I haven't checked in here, have I? Oh no, I have, but I haven't checked these shelves. That guy that patrols in there is the biggest risk. The one in the kitchen. Here he comes now. I just want to see if I can find anything in the guards room. Fuck, this isn't good. Get moving. Here we come. There we go. There he goes. Okay. That was too close. You know, it doesn't look like the guards room is in here. Alright, I'm just gonna fucking leave. Or maybe... storage room.
Perfect.
Oh, shit. I'm just here. Okay. He shouldn't see me there, but I'm worried about the guard that comes here. I don't want to come out like and he's just around the corner and he sees me. Literally, I'm so close to getting out of here. I think he just did his U-turn. Yeah, I think he did. Alright. Okay, let's get those sleeping pills. It was not this way, it was over here. Hey, buddy. You there still? Or was he here? I know what this isn't the place. Where was the sleeping pills guy again? Oh, he was here, I think, right? Yeah, this is him. Alright.
I've got what you want.
Show me!
There. And remember, they don't come for free.
Don't you worry, you'll have your diversion. Go on now, go hide yourself. The crows! They're everywhere! Make them go away!
Hey, Mimitrits. Did he move? I'll hide in that, actually. Oh, okay, then I need to get rid of the other one now. Oh, apparently there's something in here. It's either horror or asymmetric horror with you. You just got me at a good time, dude. Yes! Nice. Really, that wasn't enough? Oh, fuck you. That only brought it up 5%. It was such a big tome, too. Hello there. Okay, it wasn't enough to get the guards away from there, so I need to create more distractions.
Now for the next step. This lever must turn on the gas machine. The piping hasn't burst. Not yet, anyway.
It's 4 AM. I should be sleeping. Instead, I'm watching you. Appreciate you, Mimitrits. Love you too. Come on. I know you got claustrophobia, but you need to keep moving. Let's turn on the power. And yeah, Mimitrits, welcome to Call of Cthulhu. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
That should draw the attention of the guards. I should hide.
Damn it. Gotta let Fuller know. Anything from us.
Hi. Speed D and turn around. Thank you. Right, I think I made it. So look, what's your phobia? I have discomfort on dolls and mannequins and shit. Basically humanoid objects that aren't human.
Doctor, is that you?
Don't you worry about the doctor. Right now, he'll have plenty to keep him busy with his precious machine. It gives us time to get away. I'll undo you.
Get away? Get away where? I can't go.
And not like androids, no, because androids are made to move. When the objects aren't made to move on their own.
Don't stay with me, or you'll end up the same way.
You're Sanders, aren't you? I heard you from my cell. What did they do to you? What does Fuller want with you?
The doctor? You think it's the doctor who scares me? The doctor wants to heal me. But he's the one who's crazy. He wants to restore my sight. He wants to give me back my eyes. And yet I told him that I didn't want him. I do not want to see it anymore. The real culprit is Sarah. Her and her accursed paintings.
You're kidding me. You're talking about Sarah Hawkins.
The one and only. The legendary. There is no artist more enlightened or cursed than Sarah Hawkins.
What is the secret how it's Sarah Hawkins?
In her office, I saw signs of a ritual, perhaps an invocation. These things, that's what makes you say she's cursed.
You're wrong. It was not an invocation, but a revocation. But she failed. And that's what counts.
What's going on this island?
I'm so sorry. We should never have met.
What are you talking about?
Destiny! It has trapped you. Don't let it see you, or you won't be able to escape it. Don't look at it. That's how it finds you.
What finds me?
Sarah Hawkins' visitor. The Shambler.
Sanders, pull yourself together.
Without her, it's no longer possible to save me. No!
Sanders! What the hell?
Oh, Jesus. He just broke his leg. Oh my god.
I gotta... Okay. This is insane. What killed him?
There's a claw mark on his face. Oh no, that might have been his when he gouged out his own eyes. Listen, dude, you shouldn't be asking what killed him. You would never understand. There's more to this than meets the eye. And we'll never get the full answer to it. Jesus fucking... Get your breath back, dude. We need it.
Damn! The gas! Oh. My head.
Later. We We need to move on.
Oh, Bradley. I can see that. It's kind of creepy. I don't get the clown thing, though. I can kind of get the clown thing. It's like something that doesn't stop smiling and stop being cheerful. It unsettles people. Yeah, I saw your messages, Mimitrish. I was just waiting for that cutscene to be over, and I was able to get away. But yeah, I to my understanding of it, it's the fact that clowns that they are always like perceived as always being cheerful, happy, and smiling. That it's just all the other emotions are ignored. It's just this creepy figure in all this unnatural look, unnatural smile, with their hair and like the big body figures, like the big feet or a fat clown suit or the bright colors. It can cause a sense of discomfort and fear. I can see that. Mine is spiders. I can't play any game with spiders. I know. I remember. I turned on when me, Boom, and Jack were playing Grounded. I turned on arachnophobia mode just to see what the spiders looked like because you mentioned you had a fear of them. That was funny. They were literally like jelly beans floating around the air. It was great. Pierce woke up in an asylum. Instead of the cellars of the Riverside Institute, he met Dr. Colden, a female friend of Bradley, who helped him to escape. Wandering through the corridors of this place where Dr. Fuller reigns supreme, Pierce was able to talk to a man called Francis Sanders. Before dying, in full view of the detective, he accused Sarah Hawkins of being the cause of his torment. Hiccups. Fuck. Pierce finally left the accursed building, accompanied by Bradley and Colden. The companions in misfortune decided to use the Hawkins mansion as a hideout. Smart. With Skyrim, there is a mod that removes all the spiders. I couldn't play it until until the mod finally came out. Oh.
Who goes there?
He sees you. He sees you.
Nightmare again.
The great old one sees you. Alright. I finally reached the stairs that led to the first floor of the Riverside Institute, but on the way I inhaled some gas that was leaking from the damaged pipe and I passed out. I remember Bradley alive. Really? He was who was talking to me, and I came to in the Hawkins mansion. I must understand what I'm doing here and what happens next. Bradley? What's up, buddy? I really don't trust you now. There's that painting again. This is the same. Yeah, you see, this is the same shape as the. Do I have the clues for it? Yes, I missed something in between these two. That second one there, I must have missed that. Okay. Searching through the cellars of the Riverside Institute, Pierce entered a room that he first took for a morgue, but the advanced state of decay of the corpses that lay about the place quickly made him realize that he was wrong. Nothing could justify the presence of such a carnal house in a hospital. The putrid smell and the total absence of respect for human life, as witnessed by his room, profoundly shocked Pierce, costing him some of his sanity. The weirdness of Francis Sanders' death went far beyond anything Pierce had ever seen. Lifted off his feet by an invisible force, the poor man's body was carried into the air before being thrown violently against the bars of his hiding place. Pierce, powerless, watched the limbs break and Sanders' body crumble to the ground. During long moments of agony, the detective saw nothing that could explain this event. Weakened by his wounds and the operations he could remember undergoing, Pierce begins to question his ability to tell the difference between reality and the nightmares that haunt him. So my sanity is currently shaken. The ordeals you have gone through have left their mark, but you still manage as best you can. You keep your mind busy in order to chase away doubts and painful memories. You still have some way to go. Who knows where your mind could lead you along with the paths of insanity. Jake speaking, I didn't spend much time in the hospital. When I woke up, I immediately transferred into the cells of the Institute, a sort of clandestine asylum where Dr. Fuller carried out the experiments on patients without being troubled. Unknown machines set aside anatomical drawings that are disturbing, to say the least. I just managed to escape the place. Okay. Okay, got a good amount of clues, which is nice.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
How the fuck are you still alive?
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the Force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
Cultism professional.
I saw people in hoods. They had stolen Mrs. Hawkins' paintings.
Who are you talking about? Why would they do such a thing?
I don't know, but they were a threat. They've taken over the caves under the mansion. They were performing some kind of ritual. One of the entryways was under Charles Hawkins' office.
We suspect Mr. Hawkins of being involved.
My patients believe the old islanders used to worship primitive sea gods. Could they be the focus of the cult?
Am I hearing this right?
So you think me gullible?
No, not at all.
What else did you uncover, Mr. Pierce?
You did see Charles was alive.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
Seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
I found a Darkwater PD badge. Lost a colleague recently?
What the...
Bradley.
Ethan?
I'm all right. I just had a... It's gone.
You're sure?
If it's important, it'll come back. But I can't explain why Dr. Fuller would have that badge.
The man's a danger, believe me.
What can we do, Pierce?
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital, and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
So Luke, I want to know. Armored Core, curious, very curious. So I watched Hold to Test Psychology. I'll do that in a second. But yeah, I'm very curious about it. So I watched a YouTube channel called Gamer Ranks, and they do a before you buy, and then their like game preferences are pretty similar to mine. And then they did a before you buy video on it. Like, you know, basically they give you like, you know, literally their words are straight up gameplay and our early opinions of the games without spoilers. And then so they talk about the game and they say that there's not much story, but the base of the game is epic, smooth gameplay. Like, it is a fun time, and that's what they say. And yeah, I think I will get it. But that's something down the future, though. I do want to play Armored Core 6. I am very curious about it, and I am going to play it. Just not right away, because we're going to have Liza P, Starfield, Payday 3. We got a whole bunch of shit coming out this coming month. So it's as much as I love From Software, their latest game, Armored Core 6, is gonna not. It won't happen for a bit. Hold to Test Psychology.
I heard you talking earlier.
Why am I not surprised?
I get the impression you two don't get along.
Intrusive and not very clever. Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such.
Oh, Age of Empires. Actually, I want to talk to you about that later. Hang on.
Have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation, and all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
Okay, don't forget about Age of Empires 2. Alright, I've got a question for you. Age of Empires 2 or Age of Empires 4? I can play both.
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kind.
Yes. I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan. And I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
Age of Empires 2. Age of Empires 4 is great, but the campaign is very mediocre. Age of Empires 2 has an amazing campaign. Age of Empires 2 it is then. I guess I can't do that.
I have flashbacks. They haunt me.
What did they do to you?
There was that Dr. Fuller. And a nurse. Blood. Everywhere. My legs. The pain. I couldn't bear it. I was screaming. They injected me with something. I woke up at the Institute. Bradley was there.
And how you scared us. You seemed demented.
You likely woke up during the anesthesia. No wonder those memories haunt you. What in God's name were they doing to you?
What happened afterwards?
When I woke up the second time, I was in a padded cell. That's where you found me, Doctor. After you released me, I got a good look at what's in store for the patients of the Riverside Institute. Hallucinogenic gas pumped into the cells. An infernal machine. Horrific medical experiments.
Impossible. Dr. Fuller would never do such a thing.
You should believe it, Ethan. What Mr. Pierce saw is precisely what I've been trying to prove. Did you discover anything else?
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
Shit. I don't know if I should tell him how he actually happened or... I don't know if I should be... I don't know if I should tell him the truth. Because if I told him that some being controlled him with his fucking telepathic powers, broke all his limbs, and then literally almost pulled his head off, snapping his neck, it's not gonna look right. Fuck it, I'm gonna tell him.
I didn't see what, but something was there, with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
That's true. Stay prudent.
You're right. Without a plausible explanation for what I saw, let's not jump to conclusions.
That seems wise indeed.
Very well.
This will affect your
I'll go
destiny.
to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Oh, okay. So that decision is going to affect the outcome. Alright. I don't know the console port that well. I've never tried it myself, but I know the game incredibly well. Almost at 2,500 hours, bruh.
Let us go now and learn the truth about what's happening on this island.
The other night's events are still confused in my head.
Hang on, before I do that, I've got to switch thingies here. There we go. Okay. Let's get the fuck out of here. Actually, let me see if I can get up through here. Okay, or not. Pierce, Colin, and Bradley decided to team up to solve the Sarah Hawkins case. They have a new trail to follow. Francis Sanders, an art collector and friend of the painter who died right in front of Pierce. The detective goes to his house in order to speak to his widow about the shambler that the unfortunate man mentioned before he died.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here. You know each other.
We met briefly. Time enough to iron out a few matters. The main thing is that we understood one another. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, Detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me. May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday. I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason. He suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course. Thank you for your kind words. Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me. However, it will require more than that to soothe my mind. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
Hold to test elegance. Ooh.
Mrs. Sanders, I understand your grief, and I extend my deepest condolences to you. But I had nothing to do with the death of your husband. I've just arrived on Darkwater. I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
The death of the Hawkins family? You mean it was not an accident? This accursed island knows only tragedy after tragedy. You too would be advised to flee it like the plague. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Did he speak to you of a shambler?
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable
Oh, he's got a
end to
painting
his
of it.
life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it, I would urge you to make the most of your visit. Because I count on ridding myself of that thing as soon as I can.
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Nice. Very nice. Very good. Okay. Get my psychology up.
Did she really care for him after all?
Dear Madam, I acknowledge receipt of the letter in which you demand the body of your deceased husband. I am sorry to inform you that I cannot agree to the return of his body to you. At the moment of his internment, you are signed a discharge. Allow me to dispose of his body as I see fit. I extend my deepest condolences to you, Thomas Fuller. You piece of shit.
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
That's the painting? Why the fuck would you buy that? It's so disturbing.
A house of artists. A house of artists. Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even? Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler, "Finally." What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting? He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom? She first refused to sell the painting. How did that make her feel? Was she jealous of Sarah Hawkins?
I think she was. She had like that fuck that slut attitude when she was talking about her. Oh, Jesus.
The Shambler. I need to see it.
Thank you. Finally, my medicine... Is my medicine finally level 2? It is. Thank fuck. Okay. I don't have a feeling this is a puzzle. Well, that painting is creepy as it is. Fucking hell. I like how there's a closet here for you to hide in. Shit's gonna go down real soon. Like, you just see it. What the fuck? That wasn't just me, right? There was like blood on the painting.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Oh, look! That's, that image there. That's H.P. Lovecraft. That's like an actual portrait of him. That's a neat little nod. The fuck the slut attitude. In the original Final Fantasy VII, if you play a certain song on the piano, the top opens and you get a secret item. However, you have to play the song perfectly. Fuck. That's neat. So is this the gallery? I don't want to go in here just yet if it is. No, this is you. Hi.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
I have a well-off client in Boston who heard about the death of Francis Sanders and wanted me to size up his estate before making an offer to his widow.
Nice story. Bad lie. Learn how to dupe, Detective.
Yeah, I
But
figured.
as long as you keep out of my way, you're free to carry on with your visit.
All's fair in love and war, I suppose.
The fuck? Oh. Interesting. What is this book? The Malus Bistarium, Volume 2. It is a kind of encyclopedia of monstrous and unknown creatures. I'm beginning to believe that they exist. Whoa! Okay.
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
The volume spends some time on Reverend Wigwood's community. His wife expresses her worries about the strange dreams that the Reverend's congregation are having since their arrival on the island. Some members of the community, her husband included, began to speak of their vision as a messenger sent by God. She is scared that they will suffer the same fate as the lost tribe.
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
I beg you to give up all hope on ever owning this accursed painting. If our friendship has any meaning to you, please spare me the weight of guilt. I cannot be the architect of your fall. I beg you, my dear friend. Forget the shambler, your friend Sarah Hawkins.
Not now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without some snoop looking over my shoulder.
A strange Amerindian pendant.
I wonder what it could be for. The Whale and the Cod, A Brief History of Darkwater by Ernwid Greenmouth. It is a focus on the past glory of the island.
I could use one of those.
Sleeping pills, okay. It is the work of a student in book form. Although the observations are relevant, they lack the expertise of an experienced physician. However, the questions asked allow us to imagine new ways of exploring human anatomy. Hey, thanks. That went up by 2%. I'm gonna force this open, fuck it. Got a key. Ah, so this is the gallery. Okay, don't open that. Not yet. Okay, I want to do a little exploration first.
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. He's inside my head. I see him behind my eyelids each time I shut my eyes.
can't hold him back. Forgive me.
That accursed gallery. Those accursed paintings. That accursed Sarah.
It's not her fault. She tried to convince him. She could have destroyed the painting herself, I guess. Alright, let's go. See if I can find any more. Let's go into the gallery. I think I've explored everything. Let me check under desks and shit first real quick. Maybe there's something under here. Because remember, the more I find, the more positive will come out of whatever situation will come up. You know? Like a clue, anything. So I don't want to take any chances. I want to look at every corner, at every opportunity I can get. Clues, secrets, all of it. The more I find, the more I can unravel. Hello man, I'm just going to look up your skirt real quick. Don't mind me. Some of the paintings are nice landscapes, but yeah. Badonk-a-donk. Okay, anything at all? What about the fireplace? Did he burn anything? No. Alright. Let's go say hi to the Shambler. Oh, I don't like this room one bit. Yo, that's some Cthulhu Res tablets right there. There's that weird island again. The same thing on the cave paintings and the Hawkins War, and there's that symbol too. They all have that symbol. Is that the Sarah Hawkins, like, you know, signature? Hi. Another thing you can hide in.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times. These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
Oh, there it is. You can see it. Okay, we'll go in that room last for obvious reasons. It's like calling to you. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, some real. It's getting more disturbing as you go along.
Why was he so interested in old weapons?
Well, that's a really big fucking tablet. There's another one there too. What are these things? Thank you. That'll come in handy. Oh, look at that one. Shambler, hang on, just a little.
The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
All for that. I mean, look at that. That's not right. He's even got a chair to like a lounge to sit on down and admire it. Is that the sculpture itself, or is that actually like is it bleeding? More oil. All right. Jesus. There's a symbol. It looks different actually. So he gouged out his own eyes right here.
Is this dagger part of Sanders' collection, or was he seeking to acquire it?
Far from possessing the talents of Sarah Hawkins, Sanders drew a dagger with a tortured form down to the smallest detail. The guard carries a strange, esoteric symbol, a recurring feature of his correspondence with Sarah. Let me see if that dagger is there. Maybe I can do something with it. There's more blood here, by the way.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
Yeah, none of these really look like what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's a true. That one's. Yeah. Oh, there's a defigured sculptor again. I wonder if these are all monsters that I'm actually going to encounter in the game. It's like teasing them. Okay. Can I do anything with these? Since I got that note, can I look at anything?
Why was he so interested in old weapons?
That's it, by the
Why was
way.
he so interested in old weapons?
It's in the tablet room. I might see if I can do something with it when something's about to go down. It's got the same image, I think, on it, on the hilt. On the guard, I think it was called. Hang on. Let me open my clues up real quick. Beast read an ancient treatise, the Melissus Bestiarium. This bestiary makes an inventory of numerous creatures from the occult world or parallel dimensions. The very nature of this knowledge makes it an unholy book. By reading it, Pierce lost some of his sanity. Ah. Yeah, that was probably a bad idea, wasn't it? Dimension Shambler. Ugh. So that's what I'm about to piss off. The dimensional shambler comes from the dark and inhospitable dimension, where the rarity of food sources keeps it in a state of permanent starvation. This is why it is in a constant state of readiness to travel to other dimensions in order to feed on its inhabitants. Make sure you never weaken the veil of your dimension, otherwise you risk attracting this very dangerous creature. Should this happen, you must have to lay eyes upon it for its being to anchor itself in your dimension and to allow it to rip you open with its claws. So staring at it is a bad idea. The longer you stare at it, the more it'll materialize. Men will gather the knowledge through the lines dictated to me by the great old ones, but also in other volumes. The visions that assail me whisper me names and silhouettes of mystical creatures. Soon the Manus Monstrum, repository of an anatomical, cosmic, and dimensional knowledge, will be seen in the authoritative work as the authoritative work. This book, unholy among most cursed books, will one day be the final rampart between man and the predators that are waiting to devour him. Hidden behind the veils of a parallel dimension. Extract from the Malus Bestium by Abigail G. You see, yeah, I think that's it. That's it, yeah. So I need, I'm gonna need this dagger,
Why
I
was
think.
he so interested in old weapons?
Alright, shit's gonna go down. Oh, we ready? We ready? We ready? Let's do it. Here we go. The Shambler. Okay, don't look at it. I literally said don't look at it. Alright.
What the hell was that?
We gotta get that dagger. Oh, yeah, don't look at it. Okay. Fuck! Okay.
What the hell was that?
Okay, I gotta rely on sound. I can't look at it and it can see me. No, I never ended up playing the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Hang on, give me a second, I need to focus. I can't look at this thing and this thing can see me, so... Oh shit. Wait, is it invisible? No, it's not. Fuck. to leave.
Down. This dagger looks different.
Okay, it's there. It's checking out the glass. It's so hard to see though. Oh, it's so dark. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with it. Okay.
What the hell was that?
I think if I use it, I think I use it on the painting. I think I'm supposed to use it on the painting.
Down. This dagger looks different.
I gotta run. It's gotta see me. Well, the painting! The painting! Fuck you! Back to whatever fucking dimension he came from. Stab it! Stab it! Kill it! Why is it taking me with it?
What's the matter with you? You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
Sanders was right. This painting is cursed.
What are you talking about?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
Can you give me this information free of charge?
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I still got things to settle with Irene.
The Shambler turned out to be much more than an artwork painted by Sarah Hawkins, as such a creature came out of the painting to attack Pierce. After a hard fight, Detective managed to send it back into the painting. He later discovered that the dagger he used to repel the creature has been sold to Sanders by a man named Algernon Drake, owner of the Nameless bookstore. Pierce decides to pay the library a visit. Well, that's not a good sign. The Shambler is a painting. Irene Sanders doesn't seem to know what she hates the most, Sarah Hawkins or her work. The fact remains that she accuses her of costing her husband sanity. He apparently gouged his own eyes out under the influence of the painting. I must see it. The key of the gallery is probably in the office. Yeah, so seeing how the longer you look at it, the more it materializes. And that's why he gouged out his own fucking eyes. The Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. It's undeniable. The widow didn't tell me everything, but her house speaks for her. Everything began with Francis Sanders' obsession with the Shambler, an exceptional painting in more ways than one. The Shambler is much more than a painting. Something happened in Sanders' gallery. I don't think that I'm still affected by the Riverside Institute gases. So what happened could not have been a hallucination. A monstrous creature came out of Sarah Hawkins' painting. He chased me all around the gallery. I managed to send it back by stabbing the painting with a dagger bearing a motif I know. Am I losing my mind? Cat found out where the dagger that pushed back the creature came from. A certain Algernon Drake sold it to Sanders. I've got to speak to him and find out if what I lived through really happened. I left Sanders' house still shaken by my encounters with the Shambler. Thanks to Cat's indications, I ended up at the Nameless bookstore, a haunt for devotees and esotericism. The place seems to have been burgled. Who could have done such a thing? So I'm halfway with getting to the next level of insanity. Okay.
Where is the bookseller? Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
The pastor declares himself to be the prophet. He renounced God and worshipped a strange pagan entity with a monstrous appearance. His wife tried to reason with her husband, but in vain. He was convinced that he must listen to this voice in his head because it holds the truth. Something behind that painting there. Thank you. At least, the least that can be said about this book is that its title is well conceived. The illustrations of the human anatomy and the dissection methods presented by and are illustrated in great detail. You have to have a strong heart or the detachment proper to doctors to consult these pages. So what's my 24%? Okay, we'll worry about that later, because... Oh, no, fucking let me look now. Oh. How do I move this painting? How the fuck do I move this painting? What's that symbol on it?
What a strange amulet. I have a feeling I'd better not touch it.
He says as he picks it up. A strange amulet. The pendant is in the shape of a large dog. I don't know what it represents. I might find out more by searching the bookstore. How's my occult knowledge? Almost at level 4, which is good. But unfortunately my medical knowledge isn't that high. What's that box that she's holding? That skull has massive eye sockets. Fucking hell.
What happened here?
Good question. Okay, look, it's 5 AM. I'm off to bed now. No worries.
Where did they break in from? Blood. Seems like amateur work.
Thanks for coming around, Mimitrits. Appreciate you. But you sure do want to see the great H.P. the great H.P. Lovecraft's creations come to life in video game form? But I see how it is. Just leave. Get your sleep. Go rest. Seeing how your health is more important.
No sign of struggle. If the burglar smashed this jar, it wasn't intentionally. Was he hurt then? What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What killed all these animals? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work?
That's the same symbol from the asylum. Oh.
What the... Charles Hawkins? Looks like the symbol rejected Hawkins. Where did I see it?
The asylum.
What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess?
Oh, is that the
Sarah
Necronomicon?
Hawkins helped hide something in this safe.
I think that might be the Necronomicon. There is a version of the Necronomicon in
Drake
Lovecraft
put in a great
world.
deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
I'm not done yet. I want to keep looking around. Maybe there's something I'm missing. A little bonus won't help, will it? Three dials. 3 digits.
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
A page seems to be hidden here. Is it possible to read? If somebody finds these memoirs, there will be no doubt that I am in serious trouble. My last and only hope is that my body and bones are still in the plane of reality, in order that they be recovered and burned. The funeral urn must be given to my dear mother if she is still on this world. Alright, am I back? Hello, hello, hello. There we go. Ugh. The following message is of capital importance. Whoever reads these lines and demonstrates accuracy as sharp as mine can hope to gain access to my most precious possession. It lies within my safe, and the clues to the combination are to be found in 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek world. Each cylinder is numbered, even if, as the celebrated author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of the imagination. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit that reason usually prevails in the end. If by chance a person, or should I say a genius, was to match my intellect and find the combination of the safe, I would ask that the deliver its contents into the safekeeping of my friend and colleague Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University. The content of this safe is not only a vast digest of knowledge, but also a weapon that is far too dangerous for it to fall in the wrong hands. Hope that you will be able to appreciate the danger that this represents and that you will act accordingly. In any events, I will neither be there to guide you nor to suffer from your actions. Find the right books, I guess.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills? What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
This key that bears the Elden sign is the only one able to protect your psyche. It is in the form of a cylindrical medallion hanging at the end of the heavy chain. Hundreds of years ago, the star and the branch whose purpose is to push back the forces of the Great Old Ones were engraved at its center. Everything points to it being Charles Hawkins that tore it from its last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer. In press cuttings that mention the misdemeanor, the date of the robbery coincides with the last of Hawkins' trips off to Cairo. It remains to be seen whether he knows of the true purpose of the artifact. Try to find it. So that artifact might be helpful to my psyche. Damn, look at all these dead animals too. Just well, a lot of rats and cockroaches, but yeah. Looks like anything that goes near the sign that is deemed unworthy is pushed back or killed or something.
Arkham editions. Never heard of him.
A book of esoteric philosophy and a key text in Madame Blavatsky's Theosophical Movement, written by Helen Petronova Blavatsky. The volume is part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of treatises and works on the esotericism and the supernatural.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
A book of spells supposedly written by the legendary King Solomon. It contains various rituals of invocating and rituals of curse. Re-edition by Claudia D. Waits based on L.W.D. Lawrence's original. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of treatises that work on the esotericism and the supernatural.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Opera in 8 acts by Benvenuto Citti Brodighera, an infamous lyrical work published in Italy in 1768. It is said that the opera was performed only once, resulting in an audience riot that left several dead and missing. The volume is part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of... Oh, yeah. I don't need to read that last bit.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of him.
A collection of long-term astrological predictions written in verse, written by Nostradam, translated by E. Leone. Arkham Anthology, yep.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
An ancient manuscript translated by William R. Sandbach. The texts claim that in the distant past, Europe and the other continents were controlled by the mothers of this people, and moreover that our alphabet is derived from the Frisian language.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
A collection of essays on American folklore and urban legends written by Albert Wilmarth, professor of Miskatonic University.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of him.
Written by Hermes Trismegistus, translated and edited by Nathan M. Koplas. The collection of texts on different beliefs was written by the legendary philosopher. It includes a translation of the Emerald Tablet, a popular text among 16th century alchemists.
Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
This practical work, written by Sigmund Freud for psychologists, describes the technique of analytical interpretations of dreams. The analysis must follow several rules, especially that of three association, a principle announced by at the end of the 19th century. It treats dreams as a way of revealing buried desires. I cannot believe that this theory is applicable to my nightmares. Oh, yay. It actually brought up my medicine, which is good. Alright, so it doesn't look like there's anything in these areas here. I have to go in that back room over there. Puritan colony led by Reverend John Wickwood settled on the island during the 17th century. They named the island Darkwater because of the dark shades of the sea. They believed it was because of the peculiar color of the rocks surrounding the island. They erected the first buildings, among which were the Hawkins Manor, the church, and the cemetery. The rare documents and handwritten notes they left spoke of nightmares and deviant behaviors. They disappeared at the beginning of the 18th century.
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion.
These Tibetan writings are at the origin of the esoteric movement founded by Helena Blavatsky at the end of the 19th century. The creator of Theosophy would have drawn extensively on the text of this work, but no one has been able to consult them. I thought they didn't exist. This book, discovered in the nameless bookstore on Darkwater, could be as much fake as irrefutable proof of Blavatsky's sincerity. Thanks. Bingo.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
Nice. Thanks for that. So my medical's up now. Hey! Hell yeah! Almost missed that. Alright. Where can I do... Where's a gramophone? You know, I bet you it's back in this room here that I keep forgetting to check. What is this, by the way? Footsteps. Wait, footsteps. Okay. Okay, there's the gramophone. Interesting. The 19th century, as the Americans' whaling industry reached its peak in the rest of the world, whales gradually disappeared from the waters surrounding Darkwater. This phenomenon appears even more mysterious because up till now, the region was a favored refuge for crustaceans? Yeah, I think so. In 1843, after months of pursuit, Scylla returns to port with a gigantic creature on board. Its crew asserts that the sea monster had eaten all the disappeared whales. After a night of ferocious combat, the survivors managed to drag the bees onto the whaling ship.
A kind of chalice.
A goblet seems to be very ancient. It seems to be made of gold and decorated with real precious gemstones. Do the rubies and sapphires make it up a specific motif?
Things are not looking good.
So under 1.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
The rubies on this. Okay.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
The rubies.
The Chalice of Knowledge.
Interesting. Okay, hang on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 rubies, I think. 1, 2. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 rubies. So the first number is 5 then. What's the second clue?
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
So the white pieces on the chessboard?
The Queen has little protection.
4. So 5, 4. 4 or 3, because it's saying things to protect the Queen. Or it's all the white pieces together. So 4 or 3. I'm going to mark that down. I'll start with 3, then I'll move to 4. Alright, next one.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Volume 9, okay. Are they all here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, no, I think they're all here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's 8. Where's the 9th volume?
What did Drake say about this collection?
That's 3.
Drake talked about a particular...
That's 1.
So these are the volumes that
yeah, so that's 1, 2, and 3.
In his message. What did Drake say about this collection?
That is 6.
Drake talked about a particular
That is 8.
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking
4.
about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection?
That's 4.
Drake talked about a
9.
particular volume.
Collection of poems by Edward Pickman Debye, also known as the Nightmare Lyrics. This collection of poems was sensationally received when first published in 1908. Debye was only 18 years old. Could it be just number 9? Could it be 549? Let's try. Let me get some more oil real quick in case something happens. Thank you. Oops. 5, 4. No. Got it. It was 3. No matter what you do, do not open that book. Oh, and he opens it. Here we go. Chapter 8, the Riverside Institute. I'm back in the Institute. In the nameless bookstore, Pierce traced the trails of the attempted burglary. He discovered that Charles Hawkins was behind the attempt. Pierce opened the bookseller's safe to find that the latter and Sarah Hawkins had hidden there. A book covered in human skin lied inside. Irresistibly attracted the detective. When he opened it, his mind was projected into another body. Ah.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
What can you tell me about him?
He was highly agitated an hour ago. We were about to tie him down when he fell asleep. 10 minutes ago, he curled up into a fetal position. I thought he was waking up, but no.
Show me his file.
That's not possible.
Don't tell me Dr. Fuller has taken this file as well. We need it.
That's why I called you. This man's ailment has been hidden from us.
Come on now. What was he treated for?
An intoxication, I was told. After inhaling chemicals.
What are his symptoms?
His temperature has been going down. His skin losing its color. His body rigid. I closed his eyes myself. They were glassing over. I didn't want them to dry out, and I couldn't bear to look at the expression on his face.
You did well. Don't worry. Let's stay professional, if you will. I don't recognize him. Did he just arrive on the island?
He said he worked on the docks, but not with Captain Fitzroy. I think he works for Ms. Baker.
Who?
You know, the woman at the head of their gang. They call her Cat.
Oh, I see.
Do you have other questions?
That'll do for the time being.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Very well. I'll examine him. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin, tender at the touch, slightly sticky. 30-year-old subject, severe hypothermia, erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums, necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
He's turning into a deep one. He's turning into a deep one.
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients, provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
These are alarming symptoms. If we don't act, he'll die.
Do you believe that? I'm not as convinced, you see. I even think this man has a strong chance of completely healing from his ailments.
No, Doctor. This patient isn't himself anymore. He's dying.
Really? What do you mean by isn't himself?
He's changing. His physical characteristics, they are more animal than human now.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
I don't want to get in trouble. Stay out of... Oh no, I don't want to stay out of this.
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
I should have said don't get involved.
Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
I found a book in the bookseller's safe. Okay, yeah, there's more to this one now. Charles Hawkins tried to burglarize Algernon Drake's bookstore, but how is it possible given that he is supposed to be dead? There's a lot more behind this story than a mere conjugal drama. What did Sarah Hawkins and Algernon Drake try to hide in the latter's safe? Algernon Drake, the owner of the bookstore, also knew Sarah Hawkins. Their relationship went far beyond that of a seller and a faithful client. She helped him protect an object. They hid it in the back room safe, and Sarah Hawkins painted this strange symbol on the door. Charles Hawkins must have wanted to steal it. I must open this safe and find out what's inside. I found a book in the bookseller's safe. There was something wrong with it. It smelled of death and putrefaction. I had a bad feeling. I read it to understand why I had such feelings. What happened after that? Where am I? Oh, I can't actually do Pierce right now. Okay.
Doctor, please. My chest.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands. He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Oof, that's gotta hurt.
Ah, the whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
The bootleggers.
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back?
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out.
I'll just sleep a bit more.
Mrs. Sanders?
So creepy.
Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
The file describes the state in which Irene Sanders entered the Riverside Institute, as well as the treatments administered to her. Fuller added a handwritten note. He recommends to take her down to the psychiatric wing in order to provide her with the quiet and rest that she needs. I don't like the looks of that.
She recently came back from the surgical block. She's stable. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney.
I didn't read this one's. Oh, he doesn't have a. Oh, yeah, he does.
Hay fever. What's he doing here? Intoxication from breathing organic vapors. Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling.
Can I... Oh, there we go.
His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
This patient has been mistreated.
Those basement brutes tied him up too tight, and now he's hurt.
I keep trying to heal his wounds, but he reopens them.
Do you have a diploma as a nurse?
Excuse me?
So take care of this man. What is the boiler room key doing here? The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it.
The key to the boiler room is probably where he stores the files. Is that you, Bradley?
It's a quiet little town. Days go by, steady as ever. I wanted more for myself, but...
Okay, next time the game saves, gonna jump off, guys. It's starting to get pretty late.
Dr. Colden.
Okay, bye. Hey, Bradley.
Ethan,
Marie,
what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
You're not here for treatment, right?
Am I so obvious?
Only to me. I know you worry about me.
I trust you. I'm happy to see you.
Me too, Ethan. Is that all?
Well, there might be something else. I'm not sure.
Tell me.
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
So many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you think it might be related to Fuller's work?
Definitely.
I don't know yet, but I will figure all this out. Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh. There's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
I don't get why they have us waiting so long. Almost no patients here.
Have you seen the back? We got a lot of patients, dude.
Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory.
Alright, well.
This man, Edward Pierce, his file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
The file was strangely incomplete and the details of the treatment is not given. It does not respect standard practice.
Dr. Colden, we need you at once in Dormitory B.
What is the problem?
Mr. Evans seems to be having trouble with his IV.
I've done an exam. Deborah is looking after him.
And the family of Mrs. Harding is asking to see her medical file.
I'll never understand why it's so hard to see patients' files around here.
Rules are rules. See, with Dr. Fuller, he's in charge. Anyhow, they're still waiting, and I don't think they'll leave until they get what they want.
Understood. Anything else?
As a matter of fact, yes. A man has been brought up from the basement.
I saw him, yes. It's always the same thing. They bring them up, without any explanation, with a multitude of self-inflicted injuries. We take care of the wounds, and then they leave. Each time, I feel like I'm sending them back to hell.
Their affliction is not our responsibility. You cannot save everybody, Doctor.
Sounds like a cop-out. Thing we can hide in. That's one of the guards.
I don't have any business in the boiler room.
Not yet.
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
Alright, fine. Fuck you too, I guess. Nice.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless. Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going?
I wanted to see who was standing in there.
Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you...
That won't be necessary.
I will...
Okay, so we found the office. Game hasn't saved yet and I can't manually save.
She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's...
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Come now. Don't let that witch sap your morale. We're lacking in qualified personnel and she knows it. Her petty punishments won't last forever.
I'm trying, Doctor. I'm trying. It's just that sometimes I imagine she shuts down the water herself, just for the pleasure of harassing me.
Her time is much too precious for these kind of petty games.
Anyway, I've learned my lesson. I'll hold my tongue next time.
Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay. But I don't want to get her in trouble again.
The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office.
Alright.
Chronic insomnia. Like half the island.
So is that one me? I think it might be. Or another one of Fuller's.
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan?
Oh, listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl. And the answer is no. You can imagine that she doesn't dare say a thing. That silly goose lets herself be trodden on.
Oh well, at least we won't have to clean for a while.
And just wait and see the next time the water's cut off. It's a real show. Dr. Colden?
The doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high.
Prescription of barbiturates, signed by Dr. Fuller.
We're running out of this medicine.
I know, Doctor. We sent the purchase order, though, and Mrs. Donovan refused it.
Once again.
Can't you do anything?
Donovan takes her instructions directly from Dr. Fuller. I'm afraid I can do nothing about it for the moment.
I think that, fucking... Oh, hello. The cytoscientific work of Cesar Lombroso correlates an individual's morphology with his criminal predispositions. The seriousness of this study and the accuracy of the demonstrations can deceive an uninformed reader.
We've been waiting to be restocked for weeks.
This is a hospital, so you should be putting out that cigarette.
The operating room is never accessible after an operation. Let's hope I can go through the administration office.
That's where she is, okay.
The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait.
Not strong enough.
I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
Where can I get a tool?
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
What a pest. It's so unfair.
What can I use? I haven't really seen anything useful. Wasn't the janitor in this room earlier? Bingo. Medicine and Secret Science. This very interesting book, aimed at a wide public, demonstrates how non-recognized sciences have influenced modern medicine. Magnetism, grandfather's secrets, Chinese acupuncture, hypnosis, herbal medicine, alchemy, and many others have contributed to a certain extent to the enrichment of medicine at the beginning of this century. Cool.
Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food. Gentlemen, may I help you?
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen Harding. She came in with a kidney problem, but we haven't heard anything since.
I've tended to her, and I have good news. Her blood analysis is reassuring. Her kidneys are as new.
Are you talking about the same person? This is miraculous.
She's still recovering, but you may speak to her upon her awakening.
Oh, thank you so much, Doctor. We'll wait for her to wake up. We've been here since this morning, so it won't make a difference.
Hey, there you go. Game saved. Alright. Achievement unlocked. Hippocratic Oath. Kill all the patients. Nice. Alright. Well, the game just saved, so this is a good spot to end it. Alright. Well, next time I'm on here, which will probably be tomorrow night, I'll pick up... Hang on. Quick stretch. Oh, this feels good. I'll use the wrench to turn off the water to distract the head nurse so we can sneak into Fuller's office. But yeah, as for now, I am going to wrap it up here. So firstly, I'd like to thank Mimitrits for coming around in the chat. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright everybody, take care, and have a good one.